Okay, so I'm recording this at 11:11 with 44 seconds. We're using the Moonology deck, the chakra deck. We're gonna use a tarot deck, okay? What do you need to release? Let's see. All right, we're gonna call on our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for divine messages with love, okay? Spread in peace, love and harmony. That's what it's all about. All right, let's get some messages. Luck is on your side. It's time to take action. Nothing is yet set in stone, but priority lies ahead. All right, so we're gonna leave these out and we're gonna get more details. Okay, we're gonna work with those four. All right. Let's see what we got. Luck is on your side. Let's see. New moon in Sagittarius. Page of Swords. I feel like there's like news coming in, or there's something that like is going to call you in another direction. You may have to like look back in order to look forward. Maybe there's a need to like research or investigate something. I feel like maybe like whatever's happened in the past was some sort of blessing. I am getting like there's this watching energy. It's like keep an eye out kind of energy. Keep your head up. Like, don't be too preoccupied on what's happened as well. You will be celebrating though. You will be having some sort of like awareness that like, wow, no way. There's gonna be like maybe some sort of contract, or maybe you're the one that's chosen out of a group, right? That I feel like you're the one that might be standing out, or there's somebody that could be watching you, okay? This could be also like receiving something. You could receive messages, or you might hear about something. Okay, what's this? Can you give me more? Give me more. Wow, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment. Yeah, I would say luck is on your side, okay? I feel like there's almost like this reflection here. Like you could be like reflecting on the past and having this energy of gratefulness and understanding like whatever's been experienced, like there's something that you've learned here, okay? I feel like there might have been like family lessons learned here. Maybe you're the one that kind of like broke the chains too. There's like this community support or family support, or you being supported. I feel like because you're the one like embarking on something here, I'm kind of getting like has something to do with like your mindset. And then I feel like Queen of Pentacles is like, you know, there's stability and security in all of this. I feel like you like woke up to maybe some patterns or some contracts you might have had, and as a result like there's been some sort of like realization, some sort of decisions have been made. I feel like it's as a result of you awakening too, and healing your family patterns potentially. You could be someone who like you could be someone who kind of like has some sort of like knowing about you. This also can be like your claircognizance, your like inner knowing. But I feel like your ears to the wind. It's like you hear things, you know things, you sense things, you observe things. There might have been like a bit of like celebration going on, but I feel like they may not be celebrating so much now. you might be hearing about this, and you're going to realize that like you may be no longer being in that energy anymore, and you being independent and on your own. That also is luck on your side. So there's some sort of judgment here. It could be for you, or it could be as it relates to this. So there could have been like people watching to see what's going to happen to you next. There's something like that. And then I have the Death card. Only one more for this. Two more. The Emperor and the Hermit. Oh, all right. I feel like you could keep to yourself, right? I feel like there is maybe a need to go within for guidance. I feel like the Emperor here could be someone that's coming to light, like someone might be coming to awareness, or there's awareness of. Maybe there's like people watching to see who this person or energy might be, or who, like, you're emerging as a leader in some way. That also can be it. Then we have the High Priestess. Let me use a different deck and see what I get here. Interesting information. I feel like there's a group watching, okay, to see what's going to play out. They're realizing that you're lucky in some sort of situation. Okay, you're stable, secure, you're independent, you're entrepreneurial, you're able to create for yourself. I feel like maybe there's some sort of judgment call being made here. I'm getting like there is, you know, strong masculine energy here. I feel like there's something coming to light. There's some sort of enlightenment. There's some sort of awareness coming to light here. And I feel like it's who somebody wasn't. Maybe there was someone who portrayed themselves a certain kind of way, but I feel like there's some sort of awareness. Like I feel like, and this also could be someone coming in, or this could be you. You could be represented as the one in power, the one in position, the one who's leading, not following, the one who takes charge. I feel like maybe people are seeing you in a different light than maybe how they've seen you before. And they're picking up on the fact that like luck is on your side, and maybe not anyone who went up against you. I feel like you kept to yourself and you created something from nothing. What have they created for themselves? That is what's being seen in the environment. It may have been cloaked or hidden before, but I guess there's something bigger playing out here. And I'm getting it very much could be for the sake of an awakening. Huh, interesting. Because I also have the High Priestess at the bottom. And then there's a quest at the bottom of this deck. So I feel like this is a spiritual quest, right? This was like an initiation of some sort with the victim and the quest. I feel like somebody was really trying to get access to abundance, but didn't have the right intentions to gain access. Just because you might find a way to gain access doesn't mean you get it. There's that. Okay? Just because you can gain access doesn't mean you get it. Especially if you have ill intentions and you're trying to get one over, or you're trying to hold back. Like, The divine sees all. I feel like secrets are being revealed here. Okay, there's an ego death plan out as well. Some sort of like massive ending. And I feel like someone's being exposed for who they truly are and what they've been doing behind everyone's back. This is going to close the cycle of betrayal and deceit and manipulation. And karma is playing out for this energy. And I'm getting that they're sitting in their own misery and refusing to see how they got themselves in this situation. They're lacking clarity, and clarity is coming. Truth is coming. All will be revealed in due time. All will be revealed in due time. Who the true victim really is. Okay? They will experience what it's like to truly call themselves a victim after what's been done. You deserve peace. Spread peace. You're moving on to peace. And you're surrendering them to the divine. Okay? And you see that this is a blessing. Okay? This is a blessing in disguise. All right? So I feel like it's time to take action. All right? You're moving in a new direction. Not everything is defined or created yet. So not everything is set in stone. And then I have... You have been through quite a bit, but just know that it wasn't all for nothing with the Two of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, right? There's something beautiful that is on the other horizon, okay? And prosperity does lie ahead, all right? I feel like there is energy here that feels bound to difficult situations and their karmic experiences. There is a tower playing out for individuals who, you know, contributed to whatever they contributed to. I feel like you're a rising star, and there's this recognition, there's this acknowledgement, okay, of success and overcoming, and you deserving the abundance that's yours, that is your birthright. And they're trying or have tried to get it in mysterious, deceptive, manipulative ways. And because of their intention, the vibration doesn't match. Okay, they lack self-worth. And I feel like through a self-worth process, there was enlightenment gained. I feel like there's a need to release the past. And there's growth even in the shadow and the darkness. I feel like there's a lot of insecurity. Okay, and I feel like there's even attachments here. I feel like somebody is in regret and remorse and feeling like ashamed. And I'm also getting they could be very haunted by the fact that they weren't honest with themselves or anybody else. And so it's very hard to come back from all of those lies. I feel like they're being haunted by their thoughts. All right, you are moving on with the support of the universe. Like this is you activated in service. You're embarking on a journey, a quest, and you've gained a lot of wisdom in the process. You're stable, you're secure, you have everything you need, and you can handle any situation that arises. You've gained so much peace and wisdom, and you're meant to share this in whatever capacity the divine asks you to share it. So there ain't no stopping you. And I feel like they will continue to be in this energy the more they try. So there's that. Interesting. I don't normally read like this, so. We just be reading today, yo. Just be reading today. Yeah, I feel like they really tried to spin a narrative. I feel like they're all going to know exactly what it felt like to be you. Because that is part of, like, what they need to see within themselves is what they project outside. What you seek outside of yourself is what you need to see within and go within for. There's a need to go within here. There's a need to kind of like keep an eye out. Like not everybody do you want to hear from or talk to. So this is also like monitoring, messaging, calls, energy. So, you know, you're not looking to reminisce or reconnect with anybody. Somebody very much might be watching because they could have an interest in reconnecting. This could be you to tell you some sort of story or their side of the story. It could have something to do with a third party. There is judgment here. There's fear. There's anxiety. There's reminiscing of the past. But I feel like that's part of their process, okay? You can observe it from afar and not make it yours. I feel like this is you being very particular about what your energy gets involved in too. I feel like this is you kind of like keeping an eye out of things. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot to be grateful for here. You're very like, you could exude like this vibe about you. We're gonna use some of these this deck. All right, what do we have? Yeah, there could be a bit of impatience with the universe. Like you can't micromanage the universe, okay? So let things play out naturally. Okay, I feel like somebody may have tried to do some sort of like woo-woo magic and then they forgot about universal law. All right, or you can be seen as some sort of mystic, someone who has spiritual abilities and has access to universal energy and knows how to use it, right? And I feel like you might have been up against like a group that does that too, but I feel like it's all about the intentions and understanding the laws of the universe. Yeah, someone feels guilty. Yeah, someone feels guilty coming after somebody. I feel like somebody's in their shadow and somebody's in their light and somebody was envy and jealous. And as a result, they're feeling guilty. I feel like they're bored with their life, or you could feel bored with your life. I feel like some of you are in this strong energy of gratitude, and this is you coming in contact with those who resonate with your vibration. Okay. There's that trickery energy, 5 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like, you know, they tried to control a narrative, a perception of you so that people didn't believe you, they would believe them. And they had this whole smear campaign and they're green and jealous with envy. And that says more about them than it would ever say about you. Okay? And they did it for vanity. Okay? This is how they manipulate the world around them. And that's their free will choice. Your free will choice is to not agree. Like, you don't have to resonate with that. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to any of it. Yeah, listen. They're fake as you know what. Fake, fake, fake. Putting on a show. Trying to be the nice guy. All right? Or nice girl. Yeah. Yeah. Look at, you have animal instincts. You have strong wisdom, spiritual guide instincts. You picked up on this. You knew this. This red flag came up for you. You called them on this. It was a game. I feel like you have persevered over the gossip, over the slander, over the betrayal. You've released any type of cloaking where they hide. You see this as bittersweet. Bittersweet. Right? You know that you're divinely guided and it's part of the process. And sometimes this helps. I feel like this experience helped to like align you with your ancestors, your ability to trust your instincts. So there might have been like some scenarios here where you're you were tested to see if you would trust your intuition or your empathy or, you know, your special gifts. I feel like there's also this like accepting that you see dead people. All right, there's also that. Look at these, this is like double-sided. I feel like you have persevered over whatever anyone wanted to send your way to kind of get you off track. You're like, come and bake with me. That's funny. It could be somebody who's like, likes to bake, likes to cook. I have a cake over here. Maybe you have a baker in your family, or an ancestor's a baker. Or maybe that's a creative outlet for you. But I feel like you're surrounded by the Holy Spirit. You're surrounded by your ancestors. Look at, you know, this is like hide and seek. I feel like you're very connected. You're very in tune. All right. And people are extremely jealous of this. And I feel like they pretend just so they can be in your energy. I feel like you have to like sniff these people out and see who's real and who's fake. I feel like Spirit tells you what's up. All right. Prayer. Make lemons into lemonade. Look at creation. It's like shaman energy. Being able to co-create with the universe. Okay, co-create with spirit. Be in tune. Do some energy healing, right? Like, look at this awesome book. Can I show them this? Yeah, there we go. Look at this. Right? Looking forward to studying. Right? It's all about healing and recovery. Okay, you could be in isolation. You could be alone, working on yourself. Faith is truly important here. It's necessary. I feel like you are connecting with like ascended masters, spiritual teachers, guides, your spiritual team, and you all connect and commune in whatever way that is. I feel like there is people who are envious of your freedom, your liberation, because they want it for themselves and they don't know how to get it. So they'd like to destroy it within you so that they don't have to deal with their own pain and suffering. So if you feel like things like get projected onto you, it's mostly because like you're a mirror for other people. Look at expansion. Yeah. I feel like you're about to experience the world in some sort of way. This could be like getting out of hermit mode and meeting up with certain places, people, experiences for a higher calling is what I'm getting. There's some sort of like, I'm getting like channeling, I'm getting spirit guide, I'm getting spiritual team, like being connected with the right people at the right time to do what you came here to do. And then I have rebirth and renewal here. Yeah, I feel like, again, I'm getting like strong divine feminine, strong rooting, grounding, like rose energy. A lot of rose energy. And then I see this, rise, right? The rise of the feminine. All right, I'm getting like this is something that you're being prepared. Okay? Yeah. And here's the thing, it's not for everybody. It doesn't need to be for everybody. I feel like you're following your passion and your purpose to help others and to be of service. I feel like you are joy. You are that sunflower, and there's a soulmate just, that you connect with on a spiritual level already. They're in your energy, and I feel like you're going to probably connect with them, okay, very shortly. Okay, so summer, while you're in service, I feel like you might help people with grief, in some way, shape, or form, or they could be going through some grief. But I'm getting like there's this purpose of yours that's here to help people during challenging times, and that could just be a beautiful friend, a beautiful soul, someone who may visit or takes care of those who might be alone, or maybe needing a little magic in their life. I feel like you just have this magical energy about you no matter what you do, okay? You are joy. You are the sun. You are enlightenment. You are just a bright light. A bright light. And it's time for you to shine. I feel like there was energy that tried to do the most to dull your shine. And there's multiple layers to you. I feel like maybe there's a lesson learned here for them. Lesson learned here. Let's see what else we get. What do we have here? Hanged Man. Wow. I feel like someone's power was challenged, or someone thought maybe they were more powerful than they were, or there's some sort of like divine intervention playing out here when it comes to someone who needs to pull their energy back from trying to maybe continuously hurt others in some way. I feel like there's pain and suffering associated with this. So I'm getting like there's someone that might be surrendered so that there's a new perspective gained in a very difficult situation. There's a lot of pain and suffering. And I feel like this is like the power of God. So it's almost like this needs to happen so that peace and happiness and wholeness and love can happen again for some sort of family dynamic. Interesting. I feel like there's a family, there's this like someone's happiness is protected, someone's emotional fulfillment and life is divinely protected from any further pain and suffering. Like there'll be energy that's like sacrificed or held back, stagnant. I feel like this message says enough's been done. Like enough's enough. Someone will be stopped in their tracks from further affecting this family dynamic or this divine feminine energy, masculine or feminine gender, it does not matter. I feel like there's going to be something new here. There's news I'm hearing. What's this fourth card? Yeah, look at Four of Pentacles. This is protect your energy. Look at the divine protects you, but you need to do your part in protecting your energy, keeping things close to the chest. Not everybody needs to know your business. Okay? So, you know, observe what's going on around you. You'll know when it's time to take action. Like, just kind of like sit back, relax, and just, there's a need to kind of wait something out. Yeah, there's judgment here. Yeah, I feel like this is the judgment for someone that refused to make changes in their life and refused to somehow want to affect a family dynamic. I feel like judgment's playing out here. Okay. What's after the Empress? Page of Wands, King of Cups, Six of Cups, Justice. Yeah, look. Justice, Six of Cups, King of Cups, Page of Wands, Empress, and the family. The emotional fulfillment, the, you know, like your existence, your relationships, what you've created here, what you're here to create, what you're here to bring, your destiny. Someone thinks that they can't interfere with your destiny and your family, but they are messing with the divine feminine here. And there could be something that comes in. Yeah, I feel like there could be a new offer on the table here that might be an interesting like adventure, endeavor. It could be communication too, or news, or somebody you know might be bringing news about somebody from the past and them receiving justice. There's a Queen of Cups here, and there is the Lovers, and then there's the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm getting like somebody fell for fool's gold and did things for the sake of greed and appearances. They may have entertained a third party, or there might have been some sort of karmic relationship or partnership here. Yeah. Okay, so that's who we're talking about here. That's who we're talking about here. Okay. So I feel like someone is resisting change, and the divine is like, change is inevitable, whether you like it or not. So I feel like that's the message. I feel like it's flipped though. So it's kind of like enlightenment is change. It's constant change, whether you like it or not. And then so is surrendering to the divine. Okay, is also change, whether you like it or not. So it's fascinating how the messages kind of always share more than one perspective, right? And I feel like that's the whole point here, is that there's more than just your perspective and things. And I feel like maybe you are having to reflect, okay? But just know that so are they. And that's how it comes full circle, right? That's how we learn messages. That's how we learn lessons with one another, is to kind of like see things from more than just our perspective. And that's how we learn. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.